Dear students, welcome to EPG Pathshala. I am Bhaskaran, Assistant Professor from University of Delhi. Today we are going to discuss about the module Low Energy Electron Diffraction Study Instrumentation under the paper Surface Analytical Technique 1. The learning objective of this module are: first, we will discuss about introduction, component, systematic drawing of the lead setup, introduction of low energy electron diffraction LED. Low energy electron diffraction is one of the most powerful technique available for surface analysis. It is widely used in material science research to study surface structure, bonding, and the effect of structure on surface process. The low energy electron diffraction technique operates by sending a beam of electrons from the electron gun to the surface of the sample being tested. An electron gun consists of a heated cathode and a set of focusing lenses which sends the electron between 20 to 300 Kelvin electron volt. As the electrons collide with the surface of the sample, they diffract in numerous directions depending on the surface crystallography. Once the electron diffract, they head back towards three grids, followed by phosphor covered screen. The first grid is grounded and basically serve as a shield which protects the second grid as a result of its negative potential. The second grid acts as a filter by allowing only the electrons with higher energy to pass through. The lower energy electrons are blocked out due to the fact that they disorder the image, creating a clouded image. Once the electrons pass through the second grid, they come to third and final grid. This grid separates the previous negative grid from the phosphor screen, which carries a positive charge. As the electrons land on the phosphor screen, they create a phosphor glow. The intensity of the glow depends on the intensity of the electrons. The pattern of these glow is the pattern of the atom on the surface of the crystal structure. These are the images produced by LED. Please click here to view a few examples of these images. The general method for analyzing these diffraction pattern was to manually take several dozen pictures. However, when computer became available, these photographs were scanned and digitized, and the computer ran a program to do the analysis, thus saving some time on the experimental part. Later, a design was constructed such that the electrons were diffracted directly into a special camera and computer with an imaging software which immediately digitized and analyzed the pattern. Basic theory of LED. By the principle of wave-particle duality, the beam of electrons may be equally regarded as a succession of electrons wave incident normally on the sample. These waves will be scattered by regions of high localized electron density. It means the surface atoms, which can therefore be considered to act as point scatters. The wavelength of the electrons is given to the de Broglie relation wavelength lambda is equal to h upon p, where p electron momentum. Now p is equal to mv, where m mass of electron in kg, v velocity meter per second, e kinetic energy, e electronic charge, v acceleration voltage, energy in electron volt. Sample preparation. The sample is generally prepared outside the vacuum chamber by cutting a slice of around 1 mm in thickness and 1 centimeter in diameter along the desired crystallographic axis. The absolute alignment of the crystal can be obtained with the help of X-ray methods and should be within 1 degree of the desired angle. After being mounted in the UHV chamber, the sample is chemically cleaned and flattened. Unwanted surface contaminants are eliminated by the ion scattering or by chemical methods such as oxidation and reduction cycles. The surface is flattened by annealing at high temperature. The problem is impurities which adsorb without altering the basic symmetry of the surface cannot easily be observed in the diffraction pattern. Therefore, in many lead experiment, agar electron spectroscopy is used to accurately determine the purity of the sample. Once a clean and well-defined surface is prepared, monolayers can be adsorbed on the surface by exposing it to a gas containing the desired adsorbate atom or molecules. Often the annealing process will let bulk impurities diffuse to the surface and therefore give rise to a recontamination after each cleaning cycle. Component of LED. The most important elements in a lead experiments are a sample holder with the prepared sample and electron gun. Point 3. A display system, usually a hemispherical fluorescent screen on which the diffraction pattern can be observed directly. And point 4. A spattering gun for cleaning the surface. Point 5. An agar electron spectroscopy. Systematic diagram of the setup of LED are shown in this slide. Generally, the questions arise: why study low energy electron induced reactions? The interaction between high energy radiation, example gamma rays, X rays, electrons, and ion beams, and matter produces copies number nearly 4 into 10 to the power 4 electrons per MeV of energy deposited of non-thermal secondary low energy electrons, although other secondary products such as excited species and ion also cause some radiation damage. The inelastic collisions of these low energy electrons with the molecules and atom produce distinct energetic species that are primary driving force in the wide variety of radiation induced chemical reactions. Because of the many inelastic collisions, these secondary electrons become thermalized within approximately 1 picosecond. Although secondary electrons don't travel very far during this time, they play an important role in the production of longer-lived species such as free radicals. Moreover, low energy electrons are thought to contribute significantly to DNA damage induced by the so-called direct effect of radiation that involves damage that cannot be reduced by using sequencing agents because the damage occurs due to passage of radiations through the molecule To damage DNA, the low energy electron must be generated in or very close to the DNA target. The energy distribution of the secondary electron demonstrate the majority of these electrons have energy below 10 electron volt as shown systematically. The prominent resonance on the cross section versus electron energy are characteristics of dissociative electron attachment (DEA), a resonant process occurring at low electron energies less than 10 electron volt and characterized by the initial capture of the electron by a molecule to form a transient negative ion that subsequently dissociates into a radical and an anion. In contrast, electron impact excitation and electron impact ionization generally occur at energies above 6 and 10 electron volt respectively. The typical dissociation cross-section as a function of electron energy is multiplied by the energy distribution of the secondary electron. To generate the dissociation yield as a function of electron energy for a typical molecule, even though the dissociation probability increases with increasing incident electron energy, the dissociation yield is greatest at low incident electron energy, less than 10 electron volt, due to the abundance of secondary electrons, as those energies clearly demonstrate the importance of low energy secondary electron in the causing high energy radiation induced chemical damage. Automatic structure search. After the measurement, the calculation of intensity spectra for a certain model is only the second step of the structural analysis. A task subsequently and substantial difficulty is still left, namely to find the correct model. This always starts the finding a reasonable model on the basis of some pre-knowledge about the surface under consideration. So, one generally knows the crystallography phase and the elemental composition of the substrate. In most cases, the latter is also known for the adsorbate, or it can be deduced from independent Auger measurements and or from thermal desorption spectroscopy. Vibrational low spectroscopy can be used to provide information about the orientation and bonding of molecules, and images obtained by the tunneling microscope may even suggest a single atomic model or rule out models, which would be possible in principle. Last but not least, experience from structure determination of related surface system can be of great help too. Once a reasonable and promising model is established and parameters of this model needed to be adjusted, there are several ways for this procedure, which are based on a trial and error procedure, whereby scanning the parameter space is the most basic procedure. When a large number of parameters on the dense grid has to be scanned, the necessary computational efforts grow dramatically, and an automated search to find the best fit structure is needed. Means a numerical procedure which by built-in criteria finds the minimum of the R factor automatically by a directed search. A number of such procedures were developed in recent years, differing in requirements, strategy, and efficiency, where experience from X-ray crystallography was very helpful. Requirements can differ by the needed to use derivatives of the R factor with respect to parameters rather than only the intensities themselves. Derivatives in most cases are calculated numerically and so suffer from experimental noise and approximation used for calculation of intensities. Strategies differ by the numerical method to find the R factor minimum and by the type of R factor used. The use of automated search procedure was frequently proposed, but first realized by the York group applying a form of steepest descent. Starting with a certain reference structure, the behavior of the R factor in the surrounding part of the parameter space is explored to find the direction in which the R factor decreases most, and this procedure is iterated soon after, and in parallel different other groups developed procedures of their own. The Munich and Berlin group use a non-linear least square fit procedure whereby the expansion method is combined with the method of steepest descent. Through the number of trial structure is dramatically reduced with the automated search mentioned above. There is a clear drawback when the parameters are varied systematically in a grid search. One can make multiple use of costly energy dependent quantities such as example like layer diffraction amplitudes before this quantity is calculated for the next energy. This advantage has to be given up in the automated search because for a new set of parameters the data at all energies are needed for the comparison to experiment and for the decision where to move next in parameter space. A way out of this situation in the use of tensor LEED together with a directed search as was accomplished by the Berkeley group and is displayed by the flowchart for a certain reference structure which is chosen in the promising area of the parameter space. The tensor is calculated and stored for each energy and beam needed as well as for each atom to be displaced from the reference position. The intensity for a trial structure are calculated and compared to experiment by Pendy R factor. A steepest descent method is used to reach the next trial structure point is parameter space. For this, the Rosenbrock algorithm is used, which does without derivatives. The procedure described is iterated until an R factor minimum is reached. If on the way to the minimum the validity range of tensor lead is left, a new reference calculation become necessary. Also, the minimum eventually found need not to be the global minimum. It is recommended to repeat the entire search procedure starting with different reference structure well separated in parameter space. The deepest minimum found is believed to correspond to the correct model as long as the R factor level reached is satisfactory. One can never be sure that the best fit model found corresponds to the global best fit. This is an intrinsic feature because there is no mathematical criterion whether a minimum is local or global. Even with a grid search, one can land in a local minimum if the span of the parameter space chosen was too small. Efforts to get around this problem, example by application of a simulated annealing procedure which allows the large random jumps in the parameter space have only started. It should be emphasized that none of automated search procedure described or in sight in push button safe. In spite of their high degree of automation, they need to investigators experience with respect to the selection of the parameter space and proper starting points as well as to critical judgment of intermediate and final results. Here, application of LED AES spectroscopy, electron emitted by the cathode are focused at normal incidence onto the surface of the sample by series of electrostatic lens. The first grid of the optics and the last electrode of the electron gun are at the potential of the crystal so that a field-free space is created. The majority of the electrons backscattered from the crystal have lost energy in the scattering process. In elastic scattering, these electrons contain no diffraction information and have to be separated from the elastically scattered electrons, which are back diffracted from the solid surface. After allowing the scattered electrons to drift radially away from the crystal surface, the separation of the elastic and inelastic component is made by using a retarding potential that repels all electrons that have lost energy in the scattering process. The elastically scattered electrons pass through the retarding field and impinge on the spherical fluorescent screen to create the diffraction pattern. The pattern can be observed visually, reproduced photographically, or recorded by a video system. Surface science application of LED. Overview of LED. One of the major growth area in modern research is the study of surface. Surface science is very vast field consisting of numerous sciences. However, one of the most significant is surface crystallography. It studied the atomic arrangement and symmetry of a crystal surface. Each crystal surface consists of different patterns on the surface. The study of surface crystallography starts with the basics of the arrangement of atoms at a surface. The techniques used to study the surface and the application used in the real world. Atoms at a surface are arranged into pattern depending on the crystal. This kind of geometrical information about a specific surface can be obtained by using the best known technique called low energy electron diffraction or LED. In addition to LED development, there was a significant event in the introduction of Agar electron spectroscopy or AES as a means of analyzing the chemical composition of surface. This information obtained from these techniques is crucial for the development of new microprocessor, new solar cells, flat panel displays, hard disk, and thin film coating. Surface crystallography may not be one of the most simplest sciences. However, it serves a very good purpose. The basis of understanding surface crystallography must start with the basics of the arrangement of atoms and their patterns. The concept of surface crystallography can be better understood by these macroscopic analogic. A brick driveway consists of different colored bricks creating various patterns on the surface, and the tiles in a bathroom consist of assorted pattern which was repeated on the surface of the floor. These patterns are as a result of atom being repeated on the surface. In a crystalline solid, which contains either atoms, molecules, or ions, which occupy a specific position called a lattice point. The basic repeating unit of the arrangement of the atom or molecules is a unit cell. The arrangement of these unit cells in a crystalline solid vary depending on the type of solid. 14 different types of unit cell of crystal structure, and the two most simplest but important unit cells are the body-centered cubic and face-centered cubic (FCC). A body-centered cubic crystal unit cell consists of two atoms in total on the inside and 8 of an atom on each of the 8 corner atoms and a whole atom in the middle. Within the bulk, the inside atom, each atom has 8 nearest neighbors. A face-centered cubic crystal unit cell consists of 4 atoms in total on the inside and 8 of an atom on each of the 8 corner and half an atom on each face. Within the bulk, each atom has 6 next neighbors. These unit cells can be cut at a certain angle to produce a new surface with the respect to the unit cell. The most common surface of a cubic crystal are 001 or 100 and 110 and 111, which are there. These three common cubic surface of the body-centered unit cell and face-centered unit cells has been shown through observing the body-centered unit cell with the different surface. The most densely packed surface is the 110. In the face-centered cubic cell, the most densely packed surface is the 111. Two different crystal and their surface has been shown. This is the basis for understanding the principle of surface crystallography. The best known technique is studied the surface of crystal is called low energy electron diffraction. The oldest surface science technique to study the structure of crystalline surface is called low energy electron diffraction or LED. Although numerous other techniques have been recently proposed with also providing information concerning the geometrical arrangement of atoms at a crystal surface, none have been studied as widely as lead. This technique gives direct information about the symmetry, spacing of atom, and dimension of the unit cell in a surface. Electron-induced reactions in material science. Electron-induced chemistry play a major role in the modification of existing materials and the synthesis of novel materials in the semiconductor and nanotechnology industries. Electron impact has been shown to enhance the oxidation of silicon and form a thick film of silicon dioxide because some feed gases exhibit a tendency to adsorb on silicon surface during plasma etching. Understanding the electron-induced decomposition of adsorbate thin film is important to the semiconductor industry. A microscopic understanding of electron-driven process may be useful for controlling and optimizing high-pressure discharge plasma. Low-energy secondary electron play a major role in the synchrotron radiation-induced chemical vapor deposition of silicon nitride films. Organic functionalization of semiconductor materials, a rapidly evolving techniques with enormous potential for the microelectronics industry, can now be accomplished with low energy electron induced reactions of organic thin films because electron beams can be focused into spot smaller than 1 nanometer. Patterning of semiconductor surfaces using electron beam lithography is possible for fabricating nanoscale structures. So student, let's summarize all the content that we have studied today. A common approach in lead calculation is to describe the scattering potential of the crystal by a muffin tin model, where the crystal potential imagined being divided up by non-overlapping spheres centered at each atom such that the potential has a spherically symmetric form inside the sphere and is constant everywhere else. The choice of this potential reduces the problem to scattering from spherical potential, which can be dealt with effectively. The task is then to solve the Schrodinger equation for an incident electron wave in that muffin tin potential. Thank you.